Welcome to Wendover. This is the first in a series called Son of Love, and it's going to be a great time of Bible study. Take notes, there will be a test, but the whole thing is based on what it says in Colossians 1:13, that the Father has delivered us from the mastery of darkness and has transferred us into the kingdom of the Son of His love. And I wanted to focus today on part 1, John 17:26, where Jesus said, "And I have made your name known to them, and I will continue to make it known, that the love that you have for me may be in them, and that I may be in them." It's a unique time in Wendover's history. The streets are almost empty on a Saturday evening because the casinos are closed, and everybody, thinks, okay, you have to wear a mask for the virus. The normal 2 months ago was that a mask was weird. Now the normal is when I walk into a grocery store and I'm the one that's weird for not wearing one. Well, in that case, let me try to do better than that. How's that? No. I'd rather have the freedom. Like it says in 2 Corinthians 3, we all with unveiled face behold the glory of the Lord, and we're being changed into the same image from glory to glory, even as by the Spirit of the Lord. On this mountaintop, we have the old Christmas tree that's lit up every December for the people of Wendover, Utah. We also have some phone towers that are making noise right now. And behind me is West Wendover, Nevada, a much bigger city. It's a split town. It's very interesting. Anyway, let's move on to the series. It's just an intro today, looking at the fact that God wants to just bring light into people's lives, especially during a confusing, dark season. He looks for lovers, and He wants to pour out the same quality of love and the same intensity of love that He's already got with His own Son. He loves just because He loves. Just because He loves, because He loves. And He loved me and you before the world began. It's independent of your response or anything you've done, good or bad. This God kind of love has no reason to it. It just was there before time. And He's loved millions of people who have never responded once to that love. And He's going to continue to love those who are lost. While the world would deny a purposeless love like this with no reward base, this is the easygoing love that the Father has. And He's always had this with the Son. And He wants to lift us up to the same level. And once we receive it and respond, we can just love just because. And we'll discover how to rest deeply. The Father and Son walked in a perfect, permanent love before the worlds were formed, and He places that exact love on us and in us. And this love passes our knowledge. It's a wide open country. It's an endless horizon. We can go higher and higher and further into it. That raises the question, what's it like to sense the Father's affection toward you? What's it like to be surrounded with His love and have His hand laid on you? Do you believe that He wants this? I believe in Hebrews chapter 10, it says we were made for this, that we just need to draw near, just enter into the Holy of Holies and experience His closeness. The Father's love for Christ is uncreated. It's permanent. It's eternal. It's powerful. It's all out extravagant. It's perfectly pure. It's unstoppable and fierce. And now we're included in that. Like it says in 1 John 1:1-4. From the very first day we were there taking it all in. We heard it with our own eyes. Heard it with our own ears. Saw it with our own eyes. We verified it with our own hands. The Word of life appeared right before our eyes. We saw it happen. And now we're telling you in the most sober prose that what we witnessed was incredibly this. The infinite life of God Himself took shape before us. And we saw it, we heard it. Now we're telling you so that you can experience it along with us. This experience of communion with the Father and with His Son, Jesus Christ. And our motive for writing all this is simply this. We want you to enjoy this too. And your joy will double our joy. What kind of love did the Father have? For His own Son. Jesus put it this way. In John 3:35, it says, "The Father loves the Son and has given all things into His hand." 5:20 says, the Father loves the Son and shows him everything that he does, and he'll show him even greater works. John 10:17, Jesus said, my Father loves me because I lay down my life that I may take it again. Then, in his last priestly prayer on earth, he says, now, Father, glorify me together with yourself, with the glory which I had with you before the world was. Check that out, before the world was. And later on in that same prayer, near the end, he says, Father, I desire that they also whom you gave me may be with me where I am, that they may behold my glory which you have given me, for you loved me before the foundation of the world. Consider that he wants to pull you into that same love, that you would dwell in Jesus and have him live inside you. The most intimate, passionate, and pure love the world has ever known. The biggest, best, highest love in all of history, in all the universe. Now this love is ours as we stay inside Jesus. And here's how the Father pours it into us. In John 15, Jesus said, as the Father loved me, I also have loved you. Abide in my love. Just keep dwelling and staying connected. And the very next thing he says, if you keep my commands, you'll abide in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commands, and I keep dwelling in his love. For the Father himself loves you, you have loved me, and have believed that I came forth from God. John 17:23, Jesus said in his prayer, I in them, and you, Father, in me, that they may be made perfect in one, and that the world may know that you have sent me, and have loved them as you have loved me. Lifting us to the same level. 1 John 3:1, what marvelous love the Father has extended to us. Just look at it, we're called children of God. That's who we really are. But that's also why the world doesn't recognize us or take us seriously, because it has no idea who he is or what he's up to. 1 John 4, love has been perfected among us in this, that we may have boldness in the day of judgment, because as he is, so are we in this world. Now, in this series on the Son of Love, there's going to be a lot of seeds of truth that are flung out to everybody watching this. Some people aren't going to make any commitment, and they'll easily forget what they're hearing as they go to the next video or this or that. Other people are going to be skeptical, shallow, or cautious about any new truth, so that the word doesn't really last very long. And some people are just busy with their own priorities and pressures and pleasures and money, so they don't have time for the highest and best love of all time. Now, if any parts of what I'm saying are ringing true, the smart thing to do is commit to those parts right away, before this world's distractions wash them out. Dare to believe that God wants you. He wants to pour the same love into you that he has for the Son himself. Ask the Spirit of God to pour that kind of love into you, so that you'd have that same love the Son of God receives from his Father. And look for new ways of receiving and giving out this kind of love to others. All right. The Lord bless you and keep you.